Hey guys, just a quick word on plotting graphs. If you've got something written in the form y equals something with some axes, then you can plot it. Okay, now we know, don't we, that when we see something written like this, y equals something with axes, we know it makes like a line on a graph. And if I could find coordinates that are on that line, if I could find a load of them and sort of like join them up, then I'd be able to see where the line goes and what it looks like. That's basically what we're doing. Okay, so in order to do that, in order to generate some of these coordinates, we first need to make a table. So I'm going to have x on one of my rows and y on the other, and just bear with me while I make a nice little table. Okay, do you know what, you can make yours as long as you want, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. The more points you have, the better your curve's going to look. But it's worth going for a few just to sort of see if your graph is curvy or straight or whatever. So I want my graph to go between -2 and 2. So I'm going to pick the x values -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. But do you know what, you can pick whatever you want. If you wanted your graph to go between -5 and 5, or from 0 up to 10, then you pick x values where you want your graph to be. So now I've got some x values, I need to figure out what y value corresponds to each of those x values. So I'm going to have to use this this kind of like machine here to figure out what the y values are. So the only thing I'm going to change is the x. I'm going to put a different number in and get out a different number at the end. So let's start off with an easy number. Okay, what about when x is equal to 0? So if I have 0 squared and then a -2, well, 0 squared is 0, -2 gives me an answer of -2. Okay, what about if x is 1? So 1 squared -2 is going to be, well, 1 squared is 1, -2 is -1. Okay, what about the next one? When x is 2, so I've got 2 squared -2. So 2 squared is 4, -2 is 2. Lots of 2's, isn't there? What about, okay, let's go back to some of these negatives because sometimes they can be a bit tricky, negatives, if we make a mistake. -1 squared. Okay, -1 squared -2. So -1 squared is 1, because a minus times a minus is positive. So 1 take away 2 is -1. So this is -1 here. And when x is -2, so -2 squared -2. So again, a negative number squared is positive. So that's 4, isn't it? 4 take away 2 is 2. So that's making 2. Right, so these are our coordinates that we're plotting then. So the first one there is -2, 2. Then we've got -1, -1. 0, -2. And 2, 2. Okay, so these are the coordinates that I'm going to plot on my graph. Hang on a minute, what have I missed here? Oh, I've missed off one of them there. I'll put it in the end here. 1, -1. Yeah, there we go. Five coordinates there for me to plot. So if I plot them on my graph, let's have a look at what we end up with. So -2, 2. In fact, let me just add in a few extra bits here, so we can see what's going on. 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. Okay, so I've got my graph ready. So let's plot the first one, -2, 2. So that's -2 along the corridor upstairs. That's a point there. Next one, -1, -1. That's a point here. The next one we've got is, oh, hang on a minute, made a mistake, didn't I? -1, -1 should have gone down here. Well done if you spotted that little Easter egg in there. Right, the next one, 0, -2. We'll go here. and 1 minus 1 goes here, and 2, 2 along the corridor up the stairs goes here. Lovely. So we're almost done. We've plotted our points. Now we need to join them up. Now there's a mistake that a lot of people make here when you're joining them up. Okay, you must not join them like this. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? They're straight lines. Okay, if it's obvious that our curve or our line is a curve, okay, it's going to be like smooth, then we cannot draw it like this. Okay, it must be smooth. So we're going to draw a nice smooth curve to join our points up. So I'm going to make mine yellow. You can make yours whatever colour you want. My curve goes like this. Ooh, that's smooth enough. Okay, I know it's a bit wibbly, but that is how you plot a graph. Hope that helps.
Joash Maths.